Hello, my name's Ian Foran from the Football Man Cave. We've teamed up with Curzon Ashton to bring you a new YouTube series, a 15-minute chat with various players. You can also find features in the Matchday programme, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. Go check it out. In the same year, 2017, that's when you took top spot.
Yeah.
How was that transition? What come about?
Again, weird transition. Probably sat in this room, had a conversation with John Flanagan, asked to leave because I wasn't playing.
Yeah.
And by then I'd fallen back in love with the game and I was just hungry to play games. I'd had a month at Monsley on loan, I think, and three games or something like that, and didn't win once, but I just enjoyed playing.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I know it sounds bad because it was affecting them as results, but because I was on loan there, I just enjoyed playing. I just wanted to play football. So that was my hunger that I needed back. Basically, I just said, look, I want to go and play football. I understand why he wanted me to stay, because at the end of the day, that's what the club wants. They want the best. Well, I won't say I was the best back then, or even now, but they wanted the best they could get on their budget in the club. And I probably was a good understudy because I was young. I was a cheap option, basically. And I know that, and I knew that at the time. Little did I know on the same day, Hakan Burton has to leave about an hour after me. So I got a phone call from John Flanagan saying, please don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, Hakan's has
Guess
to leave. So I rang Hakan and said, like, what's going on? Like, he went, yeah, I'm thinking of leaving. He just had a little one. He wanted to move closer to home.
Right.
So I ended up signing for Cone, where the new gaffer was manager at the time. So that just gave me the window of opportunity. And I think it was a big risk for John, Nev and the staff at the time to make me number one.
Yeah.
I was young. I hadn't played many games. I think I played 10, 15 in the 2 years, 3 year on number two or whatever it was, but I hadn't played many. And I was playing with the reserves still. Really, I was training full time. I was here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So, because the reserve training on first team. So I was getting my games in with the reserves, but that's nothing compared to...
Yeah.
I'd played the few at the Evo stick. And then, to be fair, the back end of Hakan's last season, he gave me a few games. And it was a bit of a wake-up call, really. But as soon as I got told, right, you're number one, I'll give you a chance. And he was honest with me, but that's what I liked. He said, look, if I don't think you're cut out for it, I'll be going and getting somebody else. Fair enough. So I knew that was my...
You knew where you stood straight from the start.
Yeah,
then,
and
didn't you?
I knew that I had to hit a standard every week. Well, I still do now, but I knew as a young lad back then, I needed that honesty.
Yeah.
If I didn't get that honesty, I might not still be sat here now. Like, I needed to know that if you don't come and you don't hit eights every game, or as close to, everyone has bad games, but or you're not giving me 100% commitment, you know, we're not, and that stuck with me for a while. I've not missed many training sessions. I think I've missed 4 since my time here because of my hip. I had an operation last year on my hip and I missed a few sessions. I've missed 4 games because of my hip again, and I got concussed 1 game. So really, that is John Flanagan by saying, look, if you're not this, who knows, I might have, not saying that I would have done it on purpose, but I might have been more laid back and thought, I might miss training tonight because, you know, but them words for, if you want to keep your shirt, you've got to play well, be here and show the right attitude. And I've kind of tried to take that as much as I can, even to now. Yeah, definitely.
So in the 3 years from being number one, it's been up and down, hasn't it? Obviously, John, you had Mark and now Steve. So how's that been these past 3 years?
I suppose it's been hard.
Yeah.
Because it's probably been harder this year because when Mark got appointed, when John and Nev left the club, it was a shock to everybody. It was after training one night, and it was a big shock. And obviously Mark was a reserve manager. When Mark got the job, I suppose it kind of eased a few people in the club at the time because we was getting somebody in-house. Yeah. Whereas this year it's different. Not only have I got a whole new coaching staff by maybe 1 or 2, I've got new goalie coach, so that's different for me. Obviously assistant manager. We've now got people like James who does stats and things like that. So not just so the staff new, so are all the players. There's me and Robbie Evans from last year, and Luke Morrell, Luke Morrell. And Luke's been here a few years now as well, but I think it's a big transition. I feel like I've joined a new team, but I'm in the same environment. Yeah. That's the best way I can describe it.
That's a weird feeling?
Yeah, it's a very weird feeling, like not seeing the same face. To be fair, in Mark's first full year, obviously got affected by COVID, he made a lot of changes. He not got rid of, that's the wrong. He basically told the older lads who had been here a few years that it was time for a change at the club and to bring younger players in. Yeah. So it was a new era as such. So that was strange in itself, but I still had a little bit of the Curzon of old, etc. in there. We laugh all the time and say last man standing. I'm the last one here since when we got promoted.
Yeah.
I'm Sam Walker's back now, but I've been here, from then till now. I've not been anywhere else. It's been a strange transaction, but I can see where the club's going and I can see the club's vision. Obviously, the manager's come in, he's got his plans and the club's got their plans. We were talking about over there on the bus, this club has got everything you could ask for, realistically. And a football team, the Astros next door, there's your training facility, the pitch is brilliant, the ground's modern, new. It's got everything you need in a football club. But definitely from John to Mark to Steve, it's been three completely different managers and three completely different styles of play. So, at the moment, we've gone to a five at the back. Steve said it in his interviews, he's not really bothered who knows. We're playing five. I've never played five at the back in my whole life.
How much does that affect you as a keeper, with different defenders, obviously? What's the word, relationships? The amount of defenders in front of you.
Yeah, I suppose it is different. I suppose we say five at the back, but really the two wing backs who basically play up front, right mid and right back. But the relationships, probably this year is the only year where, if you look at our team on paper, we've obviously got a great team, but if you just ages alone, we have a very young defence and a more experienced midfield and attack. So there's me and Posher, who are 24, we're the oldest at the back.
Right.
But Posher's never played at this level, so really, back there, I'm probably the experienced one. But then I'm finding it hard to adapt to that, I must admit, because even though I've been here a long time and I've played a lot of games here, it's a big responsibility because I feel like I have to be better and I have to perform better. So whereas this year I've probably not been at my best yet, I've not really needed to, because this year especially we've limited teams to little chances. I know that might sound mad when we've lost games 3-0, but when we lost 3-0 here against Blythe, I think they had 3 shots.
Yeah.
And it's one of them things, it just, some things happen, don't they? But in the past, and this isn't the managers or the players, just the way it's been, I've probably been one of the busiest players on the pitch, where I've had to be at my best, which has probably helped me grow as such as a keeper. But now I'm experiencing a different side where I've got to grow up a little bit and play like a 30-year-old maybe rather than a 24-year-old, and be ready when I'm needed, because like I say, at the moment I'm not really doing much, but it's staying concentrated and being that voice for the younger lads, especially because I do have some young lads in front of me, early 20s, not much younger than me, but again, who have not played week in, week out at this level before. So definitely this year especially, it's a big change, and I'm liking everything about it. It's just, for me individually, I have found it tough because of all the changes and my responsibility. And like before, we were talking about standards and what's required. My bar's probably higher this year, but not on obviously performance-wise, I've still got to do well, but where I'm used to maybe facing loads of shots, now I'm not. I now need to impact the game elsewhere. So I'm adapting to that as much as I can. Yeah, definitely.
That was going to be one of my questions actually at the start, was, as a goalkeeper, would you rather be busy or would you rather be as it is now, where it's phases of play that you're involved in?
I think, obviously you don't want to do anything. If I could turn up on Saturday and do absolutely nothing,
get me deck chair,
not need a shower and go home, then that'd be mint. But I think sometimes you do need the odd cross to come in when you come and get it, or just a tame shot where you need them touching the ball in the game to keep you on your toes, because then when the moment does come, you're there. And there was a game against Paddingham in pre-season, 1-2-0. I did nothing all game, and in the very last minute, a lad had a pop shot and I had to tip it over, and I thought, this is what my season could be like. Whereas in the past, don't get me wrong, we've won some games, fans will know, like your Chester away last year and New York at home, where, no disrespect, we got absolutely peppered, but I was probably on the top of my game and we won, which is great, but then you think, I wish I could just have a day off. Just relax. So probably what I'm doing now, But I know that I'm not at my best doing that at the moment because I've not been used to it, and I'm still learning. I'm still young, especially for a keeper. Not that that's an excuse, but I am going to make mistakes. I am still learning. And look, the experienced lads at this club have been there and done it. Some won leagues, won this league, promotions, everything, played even higher than this. So as much as some lads might look to me and go for advice, I'm normally looking at the even older ones to say, right, I need your help sometimes as well, or tell me what you think I should do, because I am like that. I'm a bit of a sponge as such. I'll take everything in and try and learn as much as I can, definitely.
Where do you feel like this season's going to go in terms of where Curzon could realistically finish?
We want to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you got every team on paper, I know it's on paper and things like that, we should be finishing playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, we should. I know we're a little bit experienced at the back at the moment, but in games, as games go on, they're going to get better. The young lads are going to get better. And I know they will. And they've not been bad, don't get me wrong, but I mean, they're going to get even better. And then when you've got your quality and your experience like we've got in this side, like 2 years ago, if you said to me we're going to have Darren Stevenson and Dom Knowles up front, I would have probably laughed at you and said, yeah, good one. But we have, and that's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Even you like bringing Sam back. Sam's a legend there, like, you know, make him sound like a bit of a fanboy saying that, but he is a legend there. Like, he's well respected throughout the club. He's probably one of our older players, but what he brings to the team is massive as well. Your Paul Turnbulls, Craig Marns. I think we've got a good mix.
Yeah.
I really do. Of I say older lads, but they've still got a good few years in them. But like the senior pros, as I would say, and then you've probably got 2 or 3 lads who are about my age who are still growing. Connor Hughes, who's been here before, gone away, got his football, come back, a miles better player. I don't think he'd mind me saying that. And someone who's can affect this league in his ability now. Your Poshes who's, you know, come up with Cunny, and this is, you know, the highest non-league level he's played at. He's thriving on it, but I think that comes from the senior pros. Like, they've really helped the young ones, including me. So playoffs definitely. I think, or at least I have a feeling we might get our highest finish than we've ever had before, and I think that is the aim. I think, if, like I say again, I know it's on paper, but if you look at our team, I think most people would probably have us down to finish up there or thereunabouts. Just got to take each game as it comes.
And that's it, innit?
Yeah, every game's difficult. We've seen that this year. We've been unlucky at Kiddie where we've lost 1-0, but we probably deserve something out of the game. But then at the same time, we've been beat off the bottom.
Yeah.
So it's getting that balance right.
Ironing out them inconsistencies.
Of course it is. But then, I know I use the term young a lot, but there is young lads in this team who are learning. But then also, what people forget is, none of us hardly know each other.
Yeah.
None of the players at this football club have ever played with me before, apart from Robbie Evans, Sam Walker when I was younger, like in my teens, and obviously Robbie and Luke Morrell. That's it. So I'm new to everybody, and not many lads have been. There's a few ex-Stockport County lads, but 4, maybe 5.
Yeah.
It's a squad of 16, 17. We're still definitely adapting.
Still gelling.
Yeah, and learning, and that might take us till January. Who knows? It might take us all season, but as long as we stick together, then really we should still get results, definitely.
This year, just before all COVID and lockdown happened, you got called up to England C. How was that?
I thought it was a joke, to be honest.
Did you?
I got a phone call. I was working.
You've been called up, sorry, it's been cancelled.
I got a phone call off Mark Bradshaw, and he said, "Are you sat down?" I went, "No, I'm at work. Why?" He went, "You might want to sit down." I was like, "What's wrong with him?" And he basically just said, "You've been called up to England C." I put the phone down.
Did you?
Nah, because we did get along. Me and Mark have a great relationship, and we wind each other up. And I thought, get lost.
Yeah.
And anyway, I rang him back and just said, "Right, go on. What did you actually want before?" He went, "No, I'm serious." He went, "You should I'm not joking. Rob will send you the email. Rob Hurst, the first Curzon player to ever be called up. You should be proud." And then I started to think, maybe he's not pulling my leg here, but I don't know. I think that's the way I am in some respects. People say best keeper in the league. I do not think I'm the best keeper in the league. There are some great goalkeepers in this league, and I have respect for most, like, well, all of them really.
Yeah.
All keepers stick together, but like, so like hype and things, I stay away from it. I just try and concentrate on what I'm doing. I know I can improve. So when I got that call, it was kind of a reward for all the hard work I put in, but at the same time I was very shocked and very surprised, hence why I put the phone down on him and probably told him a few words that I shouldn't have done and just said that. And then obviously COVID came along and
postponed it,
snatched it out of me.
I know.
And I think it's a certain age as well, so I might not ever get called up again.
Oh, you're joking.
Because I turned 25 in January and I'm pretty sure it's 24 and under. So,
is it?
Yeah, so.
Nightmare.
But look.
Hey, you got the call up and absolutely.
A lot of people would sulk about it, but that's life.
Yeah.
And no one could help what's happened. And, you know, I wouldn't have played. I know I wouldn't have played. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying for a second. I think there was only. No, I was the only level below the conference keeper in the squad. So there's 4 in the squad. They're all from the conference. One's Killip, who's at Hartlepool, who plays week in, week out. And look, I knew I weren't going to play, but at the end of the day, it was just. I just wanted to go. I just wanted to go, train, and I know people will say that realistically, in theory, it should be the best of the best in non-league, and just see where I was at. That's why I wanted to go. I wanted to see where I was at as a goalkeeper. It's always good to test yourself, I think. So like now, when Dom and Daz have come, and the other lads, even Jude, Dale, Whittam, things like that, like doing shooting drills with them, more experienced lads who have scored goals in this league, I love it, because I think, right, if I can stop you two, then I've got a good chance of stopping most people on a Saturday. So, I like a challenge, and I just wish I would have. Who knows? I might get another opportunity, but if I don't, I'm more gutted that I didn't get a chance to go and test myself rather than playing. Because deep down, I think I know that I wouldn't have played anyway.
It ties me in perfectly to end this. You was with Gallow when he first came over to United about testing yourself. How was that? That's
one way to do it, I suppose. The lads went to the gym, and I take the mick all the time. I don't go to the gym. I'm not a big lad. But they were going doing spinning or something, recovery, whatever it was. And my goalie coach at the time said, Gallow was in a training session in Manchester. He needs 2 keepers. I'd rather do that in the gym. Obviously, being a City fan, I was like, see what he's like. Got a few friends who are United fans. So I just went down, and they just did some shooting drills. It weren't just him. There was other lads there, and it was tough. But at the same time, again, I just like a challenge. I'm not going there thinking I'm going to save all your shots, but I just take the small things out of everything and put it into my game. So definitely that was an experience again that I'm very grateful for being given the opportunity to go, because like I say, they didn't have to invite us down. We took a young keeper from here as well, so that was a great experience for him. And he was a United fan, so he was a bit starstruck for a little while. I was a bit like, red. But he was great with us, because I think COVID had just come about then.
Right.
So he wasn't in the squad because of travelling from somewhere. So I think it was about then when COVID had just come in. So he was great with us, was willing to have pictures with us if we wanted them. Was respectful of us in the drills, so they weren't shooting from ridiculously close. He was giving us not a chance, but at least a little bit of a chance to like at least get something out of the session himself. So I gained a lot of respect, even though he's a United player. My dad won't like me saying that, but I gained a lot of respect for him that day, because he could have literally just chucked it in the net, said, "I'm going to blast balls from you from 6 yards. You're not here for yourself, you're here for me." Whereas it wasn't like that at all. It was based around everybody who was there that evening. So definitely a challenge, and hopefully I get another chance to do something like that again.
Level wise, facing what was the difference that you could see with him to say a non-league striker?
Composure was the biggest thing.
Could you just see it instantly?
Just didn't panic. So we did a drill, for example, where it was like a crossing and finishing. You see some lads in non-league swipe at things, snatch at things, rush into it. He was just dead relaxed, dead calm, side footing, corners. Like when I was in Australia, we had a striker coach who said, "You don't have to blast everything, find corners. If you put one in the top corner or the bottom corner, a keeper's going to struggle to get to it." It just reminded me of that.
Right.
And I was lucky enough to work at City for a long time really, and I got to watch a lot of their training, and they're the same. Just everything's so composed. It's no panic. No, I suppose that's what it is. It's grasping your opportunity when you get a chance in front of goal. I suppose. And I should have probably took some tips. I might be still playing up front now. But yeah, I'd say that. He didn't snatch anything or rush or, and he was being marked, and it's not like it was easy for him to just throw. And like, the AstroTurf wasn't the best either, so it wasn't like he was playing on a perfect surface or things like that. He really did, he impressed me a lot, to be fair. And no disrespect to him, he was really good, but he's probably nowhere near the top in the Premier League. So yeah, it was probably
Scary.
a bit of a wake-up call to think, I wouldn't like to face the others.
No.
Definitely not.
Perfect. Well, thank you for your time, Kev. It's been a pleasure,
Thank you very
mate.
much for having me.
And good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you. Cheers.